In this video, we will be converting between solids and fluids. Now on the one hand, I have butter here, it's 5 grams, but when I converted it, it gave me 2 mol. It was melted butter. On the other hand, I took 5 grams of salt, converted that, and it gave me 4.5 moles. Why the difference in milliliters? This is because of the density of objects. Now how dense an object is basically how compact is the matter inside the object. But you don't need to know all this. What you do need to know is if I give you an example that you have 150 grams butter and you have to convert that to milliliters, how much will you get? Your first step, go and write that ratio down. 5 grams of butter to 2 milliliters. Okay, now we have to go to 1 gram. Why do I say 1 gram? If you have 1 gram, you can go from there anywhere else. You can go to 150, you can go to 1 million, you can go to any other number by just multiplying with that number. So it makes it much easier and it's going to work every time. Now, how do I go from 5 to 1? It's simple, just divide by 5. A number divided by itself gives you 1. But what I do on the one side, I also have to do on the other side. So how do I then get there? I say 2 divided by 5. And then this will give you 0.4 milliliters. Right, now I'm ready to go to 150 grams. How do I do that? From 1 to 150, it's simple. I just multiply by 150. But what I do on one side, I have to also do on the other side. So I multiply by 150. Say in your calculator 0.4 times 150, it gives you 60 moles. And there I have my answer. Alright, that was the question. My answer is 60 moles. Okay, now let's go back to the salt. In the salt example, it said 5 grams of salt to 4.5 moles. Now in our case, we asked a question. They say, if I have 90 moles of salt, what would that be in gram? So I have to convert it back to gram now. Remember what we do? We first write down our ratio. We say 5 to 4.5 moles. Right. Since I'm working on the mole side, they want to know how much is 90 moles. So I first need to find out how much is 1 milliliters. How do you go from 4.5 to 1? I divide by itself. I divide by 4.5, which means on the other side I have to divide by 4.5. And 5 divided by 4.5, I'm just rounding it off. It gives me 1.11 gram. I just rounded it off to 2 decimals. Now I'm ready to go to 90 milliliters. How do I go to 90 milliliters? I'm going to say 1 times 90, which means on the other side I also have to multiply by 90. So 1.11 multiplied by 90 gives me 100 gram. And there's my answer. So they wanted to know what would 90 milliliters be. 90 milliliters of salt would be 100 gram. So to summarize, what you need to do is you need to write down a ratio firstly. Then you need to know how much is 1. Get 1 of the unit or object. 1 milliliters of salt or 1 gram of salt, however that is. And then from there onwards, you can multiply and get the other number that you're looking for. Right, this is the end of our video. Remember to share, like, subscribe, become part of the Whiteboard SA team.